Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nityananda Dhyanapeetham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters, India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment. He is the 293rd Pontiff of the world's most ancient Hindu organization, Madurai Adinam.
Nityanandaya swagatam, anandanubhavaswadam, sarvaroga nivarakam, vande papa vinashaktam. Nityanandaya swagatam, nityamuktam nirvikalpam, dhyanaloka pradipakam, vande shantamayam bandham. Nityanandaya swagatam, anandagandha sancharam, sarvopadhi vinirmuktam.
Today I'll share a few words about the great truth, surrender. Such a vast subject, such a great truth. To tell you honestly, there is only one thing still I continue to learn. That is surrender. There is one thing in the cosmos which you can't say you finished learning. It is unending process. As I always say that enlightenment is final but not ultimate. Sorry, it's ultimate but not final. It's ultimate but not final, constantly happening. Surrender is ultimate but not final. When you surrender, the different qualities of the cosmos starts expressing in you. So after some time, if you think, you become very intelligent, you can analyze the cosmos and you start holding the intellect or your understanding about life or everything. If you just hold, then from that moment surrender stops. The expansion stops. Again, because you are stuck, sometime the cosmos will give you a strong blow again. When it gives a blow, when you don't have anything to look out, there is no solution in the outer world, then you look in again. Again, cosmos is sitting there, smiling, come back, they'll come back, and you will see, you melt, the surrender starts happening again, and the highest possible intelligence and the different qualities of the cosmos starts happening again in you, and ultimate but not final. As I said, the ultimate again and again and again happens in the higher and higher dimensions. I tell you, it is the same story exactly gets repeated with masters. People come, surrender, they experience that beautiful, intense period of ecstasy and expansion. Suddenly, after a certain intellectual, emotional, being level expansion, unfortunately their intellect starts judging the very source to which they surrendered and the expansion happened. They start judging the master. And when they start judging means they are stuck with that expansion. Means the moment they lift their surrender, they hold the life, they remove the surrender, then the expansion, growth stops. They are just stuck. It's almost like having bridge which can be lifted to the other shore. First they make a bridge, that is what is surrender. Then from the master's side, so much of intelligence, energy, compassion, expansion, everything is sent to the disciple's side. When the disciple receives too much, suddenly his ego, it just starts judging the other side, the master's side. The moment you judge, the bridge of surrender is lifted. No more transportation is possible. No more receiving gifts is possible. You are stuck. But one nice thing with life is it forgives you. It waits for you. Even though you are stuck, when the sufferings happen in your life, understand, when you are stuck, whatever suffering is given to you is just a reminder. Suffering comes and you try to solve in all possible ways in the outer world, because the logic with which you judge the master is so strong, so arrogant. It tries to find its own solutions without bending, without resting, without putting the bridge again back. It just wants to say, no, I know, I'll handle, I'll do it. But cosmos is so compassionate, it gives you such a strong sufferings which can never be answered, solved by the outer solutions. Then no other way, with a lot of reluctance, slowly you lower the bridge again. The other side, he is just sitting with a smile and waiting for your bridge to land, and he says, okay, come on, let's start the work again. Where we left, 7th lesson, start the 8th. And again the energy, expansion, ecstasy, everything starts flowing towards the bridge, through the bridge towards you. And next level of happening starts happening. Unfortunately, sometimes the disciples' side, it takes even few janmas, few births to lower the bridge, to put the bridge again. And fortunate are those who is able to put the bridge back again within few days. Intelligent are those who can understand the arrogant and cunning games of the mind and put the bridge back again and restart, refresh, reconnect with the Master, with the cosmos, so that all that flow of intelligence, expansion, ecstasy, everything starts happening. The flow becomes alive again. I tell you, fortunate are those who come back, put the bridge again quickly and start the process. Unfortunate are those who may need to wait for births and births and births. And most unfortunate are those who will wait for births, and when they put the bridge again, the Master will not be sitting there with the body, he will be without the body, he will be in the form of the formlessness, the cosmos. Then the process and the work, whole thing becomes too difficult. The difficulty becomes more. It's like trying to work with deities without having physical master. It's possible, but needs so much of intensity, takes so much of time, needs so much of tapas, means effort from your side. So naturally, the process is delayed and time is getting wasted. Again and again and again, the same cycle, same rut, people are stuck. I tell you, surrender is the one thing, even an incarnation goes on learning. There is no end. Nobody can say, I surrendered. No, I am surrendering. Because every moment, your logic grows. Your inner space expands. The possibility of ego and surrender is again presented in front of you. And again and again and again, you have to choose surrender. When you choose surrender, again, one more step of expansion. A new logic is gifted to you. When that logic is gifted, when you look at the life with that logic, that energy, again the choice is given. Two roads, surrender, ego. Again, you have to pick up the surrender. So every moment, again and again and again, you are given the choice. That is why I tell you, surrender is one thing. You can never say you learnt it or you did it. It has to be an happening, continuous happening. I tell you, the one lesson which even now, still now, I go on learning is surrender. So, I bless you all. Let all of us continue to learn this lesson. This is the one lesson no master can say, I learnt, I am here to teach. No. I have learnt the higher parts of it, so I can share whatever I learnt with you. So it is a constant learning process. It is the ultimate happening, which nobody can say, I learnt it. Please understand, whenever you learnt some process, you have become master of that process. Surrender is the only process. Nobody can become master of it. Only that process can continue to be master of it. You will be continuously learning. Please understand, Any process, if you have learnt it, you have become better than, more than that process. But surrender is a process which you can't become master, or which you can't say you learnt it. It is learning, learning, learning. Only in surrender, the process is the master. Nobody else can be the master. Even the cosmos is lower than surrender, because even cosmos continues to expand, 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 because it has surrendered to itself, its very core, life. Cosmos has surrendered to one of its greatest dimension, life. That is why constant expansion is happening even in the cosmos. The moment cosmos judges the happening of life, the surrender bridge is lifted and cosmos will start shrinking. The expansion will stop happening. That's what we call pralaya, demolition or destruction. Then again, even the cosmos learns the lesson. Oh, I missed it. Let's put the bridge back. When the bridge is put back with the life source, with the surrender, Hiranyagarbha, again the life starts happening. Expansion happens. I tell you, nothing can say, I learned to surrender, because it is an happening. It is an happening. It is a constant happening. So, let us all learn surrender, learn surrender, learn surrender, and radiate enlightenment. In the real surrender, you don't exclude anything, you include everything. You just experience the whole. 3 levels of surrender exists. One is intellectual surrender, means trusting the master's intellect is much sharper, much more than your intellect, is intellectual surrender. Next, emotional surrender, surrendering the emotions, trusting that master's emotions or the way in which he guides is much more intelligent, that is best than my emotions. Third, surrendering the very senses, very cognition, the cognition which happens inside you, surrendering the root of the cognition itself. Here, surrendering the intellect is very easy, because it continuously tortures you. After some years, you have suffered enough with the intellect. You somehow wanted to get rid of it. You just surrender. Surrendering intellect is very, very easy. Just if you see somebody who is more intelligent, clear than your thinking system, you just surrender. For example, if you go to a consultant, naturally you surrender intellectually. You surrender to his ideas. If you go to a lawyer, you surrender legally. You know in that field he is more sharp than you. So you surrender to lawyer in that field. When you go to some accountant, you surrender to him intellectually as far as the accounts concerned, because he knows much more than you in that field. Intellectual surrender is easy. Same way, if you see somebody who has got more knowledge in the spiritual field, intellectually, immediately your intellect surrenders. That's not a big thing. Surrendering intellectually happens very easily. Moreover, you just wanted to get rid of it. You are finding somebody, you are finding some dustbin where you can dump your intellect. So when you find somebody, you just relax from it. Next is emotional surrender. That happens when you feel deeply connected with the master. When you feel deeply connected with the master. when you start experiencing one or two things, little meditation, little bit of understanding, naturally the emotional surrender starts happening. You start respecting his emotions much more than your emotions. Master's emotions means whatever he tries to guide you, whatever way he wants you to live, you start giving importance to that more than what you think as life. Slowly, slowly, he becomes the center of your life. Almost like you start respecting him more than all other emotional attachments. The priority is slowly changing. You start thinking in your emotion, in your emotional level, Master comes as a number one priority. This is what I call emotional surrender. In the emotional level, you feel connected. Next, a deep level, of course, it's a spiritual technique. Because you all heard enough of these intellectual things, these 17 days, I think now you should understand the deeper levels of techniques. Surrender of senses means even your senses will listen to what he says. One disciple asked the Rishi, Vedic Rishi, why should I surrender? What is the need? Master asks, as far as you understand as you, how do you know you? He says, through my senses. According to your senses, who are you? I am this body and mind. Master says, according to your senses, you are body and mind. But according to me, you are God. Only when you surrender your senses, only when your senses starts listening to what I say, you will see the truth of what I am explaining. According to you, according to your senses, you are body and mind. But according to me, you are God. When you surrender your senses, when you believe me more than your senses, you will experience you are God. He says, the moment you believe me more than your senses, you will understand the meaning of Tattvamasi. Master again and again represents the ideal of you are God. Please understand, again I tell you, I am not here to prove I am God, I am here to prove you are God. Again and again, he stands for the ideal of you are infinite. There are so many dimensions in your being which you have not explored, which you have not experienced. Again and again, he is showing so many dimensions of your being to yourself. He is showing so many dimensions of your being to yourself. Master stands for your multidimensional being. He again and again shows it is possible for you. When it is possible for me, why not for you? But as long as you believe your senses, you will be sure that you are body or mind. Only when you trust Master more than your senses, you will understand Master's words are true than your senses. Then you will experience the truth of Master's words. Then when Master says you are God, suddenly you will realize, yes, that is truth. All these days, my body and mind, my senses are telling, I am body and mind. As long as you believe your senses, you will believe only their ideas. The moment you start believing the Master more than your senses, you will realize the truth which Master explains. Two persons are speaking from two stages. One side your senses, they are saying you are body, you are mind. The other side, master is sitting, he is saying, you are God and you are divine. You have so many dimensions of your being. Enjoy everything, experience everything. If you are sitting there and listening, you cannot listen this. Only when you believe this, the words of the masters, more than the words of the senses, you will be able to experience the truth that you are God. You are ultimate. You are material and spiritual both together and something more. Let me tell you a small incident in Krishna's life. After the Gita, Krishna and Arjuna, both of them are going somewhere. After the war, everything is over. Maybe for a picnic, outing. Suddenly Krishna says, Arjuna, see that white color crows. Arjuna says, yes, beautiful white crows. After 2 minutes, Krishna says, no, they are black crows only. Arjuna says, yes, Krishna, they are black crows only. Suddenly Krishna asks, fool, what happened to you? When I say white, you say white. When I say black, you say black. What happened to you? What happened to your senses? Arjuna says, Krishna, I do not know what happened to my senses. But one thing is sure, when you said it is white, I saw them as white. When you said they are black, I saw them as black. I do not know what happened to my senses. I do not know what happened to me. One thing is sure, the crow is not going to give me life. You are my life. I do not know logically whether the crow is white or black. But I saw as you directed. When you said it is white, I saw it as white. When you said it is black, I saw that as black. In the inner world, the first and last tool which you need is complete surrender. Complete surrender. Only then you can wake up to the truth. You can wake up to the truth. Then Krishna says, you are right. Because you started trusting me more than your senses. If Arjuna is trusting his senses, at the most, he would have been a good warrior, good king. But because he trusted Krishna more than his senses, he has become enlightened. Here Krishna says, only when you understand all three levels of surrender, surrendering in the level of intellect, surrendering in the level of emotions, surrendering in the level of senses, only when you experience all three, the ultimate experience of surrender happens to you. I tell you, the very surrender itself is enlightenment. Don't think after surrender enlightenment will be issued to you. No. Don't think you will surrender, then you will get a paycheck through courier. Enlightened. You are enlightened. No. The very surrender, that very moment you experience the truth.
Surrender is not submission. Surrender means expressing your will 100% and dedicating your will to the higher will. Making your will in tune with the higher will. Submission means destroying your will, bending your will. That's a big difference. Let me enter into the Sutras. 96th Patanjali Yoga Sutra. In 2nd chapter, 45th verse. Samadhi siddhir Ishvara pranidhanat.
Let me translate this sutra. Samadhi siddhir Ishvara pranidhanat. All the words in the sutra are technical terms. Samadhi, Siddhi, Ishvara, Pranidhanat. All four words are technical terms. All four words needs a clear new definition. Samadhi means falling in tune with the origin, Adi, the original source. Sama means falling in tune or vibrating in the same frequency. Adi means the origin. Samadhi means vibrating in the same frequency of origin, from which you originated, vibrating in the same frequency. Please understand. When you start a spiritual practice, slowly you divert from the original mood. I have seen people diverting from the original mood. When they start, the inspiration they have, the energy they have, and how they divert. In any plane, if you get back to the origin state, fall in tune, vibrate in the frequency of the origin, you will achieve the success in any plane. Here, originally, you are the leader. It is you who decided to play the game of life by expanding yourself. Getting back to that original leadership quality, the original state of leader, is what I call Samadhi. Please understand. I am translating the Samadhi word with the clarity and understanding of active spiritualism. I am not translating that word Samadhi lying down in some cave somewhere. No. Now I am introducing a new spirituality to the world, active spiritualism. Spirituality which makes you alive. So that is the reason I am translating this Samadhi word with a proper understanding, getting back to your original leadership quality. How to know whether you are progressing towards Samadhi or achieved Samadhi? You will become leader. If you have become leader, of your breathing space, whatever is happening, means your life. You are growing towards samadhi. If you become leader of the whole happening in you and your life, you have become samadhi siddha. You achieved samadhi. Samadhi means not just having altered state of consciousness, achieving the original leadership quality with which you happened. Samadhi siddhi, ripening into samadhi. Siddhi means ripening. That's the way I want to translate that word siddhi. Ripening, imbibing, achieving. All these can be the different words. Ripening is the best word I'll choose. Ripening of samadhi in you, or you in samadhi. Usually, ripening of you in samadhi only happens, not samadhi in you. Because samadhi is bigger than you. You are not bigger than samadhi. You cannot have samadhi. Samadhi only can have you. You cannot possess samadhi. Samadhi only can possess you. Forget about samadhi. An ordinary, simple kundalini awakening you can't possess. That only possesses you. That only shakes your body. You can't shake kundalini as you want. So how can you possess samadhi? No. Samadhi only can possess you. Samadhi can only possess you. You can only ripen in samadhi. Samadhi cannot ripen in you. Siddhihi means ripening. Samadhi siddhihi Ishvara pranidhanat. The word Ishvara, please understand why Patanjali is using the word Samadhi and Ishvara together in same sutra. You could have just finished Samadhi Siddhi, Sharanagati or Pranidhanat. He is using the word Ishvara Pranidhanat. Ishvara means the ultimate experience expressing in the plane you can relate. Please understand. If you feel you are just body, the energized deity which responds to you in your plane is Ishvara. If you feel you are just a mind, the sacred scriptures which puts you in tune with Samadhi is Ishvara. If you feel you are little more than mind, Incarnation who is in the body, who can just put you in Samadhi is Ishvara for you. Understand? Patanjali is using a very powerful word, Ishvara Pranidhanat. By surrendering to Ishvara, Samadhi is achieved. If Ishvara and Samadhi is one and the same, then why is Patanjali using two words? And he is not fool. Very, very intelligent person. Man who knows when to use more words and when to use less words, when not to use any words. I have not seen more intelligent person than Patanjali, especially when using words concerned. When it is a question of using words, nothing like Patanjali.
Buddha went on for 40 years, so he lost sensitivity for words. I can say for every master who goes on speaking, they lose sensitivity for words, including me. I go on and on and on and on. Soon I will cross number of hours speaking any master. I think as on now, only Osho is my competition. And maybe in few years we will cross. Because I go on and on and on. And everything is recorded. By continuously speaking, sometimes we lose sensitivity for words. But Patanjali is a guy. After all, he is a grammarian who knows how to use or not to use words. He is using two words here, Samadhi and Ishvara. Why should you use the word Ishvara? Understand, surrendering to Ishvara, you will have Samadhi. Then the word Ishvara need to be completely understood. Only then the ripening of Samadhi will happen in you. Or you can ripen in Samadhi. Ishvara means which leads you to Samadhi. If you are in the very grass plane, most of the time you are in the idea or feeling connected only to your body. Then the energized deity is Ishvara for you. Spend all your time worshipping, taking care of the deity, so that the idea that I am the body slowly moves out. Very beautifully, Ramana Maharshi answers this doubt. Somebody asked him, what is this? How can worshipping a stone, statue, metal can lead to Samadhi? He says, it is much better than constantly worshipping your body. See, if you apply the sandal paste on the stone, at least it will be there for 2 days without smelling. Apply it on your body, what happens? He says, as long as you have the illusion and delusion that you are the physical body, better to have the ultimate state of consciousness also identified to a physical statue, so that your identification starts reducing. The shift in the consciousness of the first step starts happening. That is the reason still in the modern era I go on insist, inspire and establish temples all over the world. Still I insist on deities. People don't understand. If you are feeling that you are physical body, more than 51% of your time, awareness time, see when I say awareness time, the time you spend in dream state and waking state. For example, in a day, you spend 20 hours in the dreaming state and waking state. In the 20 hours, more than 10 hours if you feel your body, please start with deity worship. Don't cheat yourself. thinking that straight away you can become enlightened. Start with the deity worship. If you are feeling more time, 50% of the time, you as a mind, means all your planning, joy, suffering, past, future, everything is mental game. Your joy is also mental, your suffering also mental. It is more identity-based life, not physical-based. If your life is more identity-based, you are running around more for identity protection than the basic need. If you are not running around for basic need like a food, clothes, shelter, that does not directly affect your suffering or joy. Just the food, clothes, shelter is not a major part of your life. You don't think too much about that. The physical suffering or physical joy is not a major thing in your life. It is more a mind. You are established more in mind. Your life is more identity based. Then understand the sacred truths. Either listening to the masters or reading the sacred texts, the sacred truths expressed by the master, that is God for you. That is Ishvara for you. Another one thing, I don't want to translate the word Ishvara to God. No. The God word has been spoiled too much. Too much of meaning has been loaded into it. I don't want to translate the word Ishvara as God. No. Let me retain the word Ishvara as pure as possible without translating it into God. If your whole identity is based on mind, if your joy, suffering, existence, everything was on mind, then sacred truths, listening from the master or reading of the master's words becomes God to you. That is, becomes Ishvara to you. That is why J. Krishnamurti says, listening is God. Because all his disciples are mind-based, the identity-based. They are not locked in the body. If you are locked in the body, you can't understand J. Krishnamurti, I tell you. If you are able to understand J. Krishnamurti, you are already in the plane of the mind. For them, listening is God. Listening is Ishvara. Shravana is Ishvara. Please understand. If you are established in the physical system, physical body, then Vigraha is Ishvara. Deity is God. Surrender to deity. Worship, decorate, play around, live. That is why all the people who are connected to the ISKCON, they created thousands of temples around the world. Because people of physical nature, I am revealing some of the important secrets of all religious and spiritual movements. And I am revealing some of the important secrets to find out which technique will work for you. People who are feeling connected to ISKCON movement, God is Krishna and he is in this deity and he stays in Goloka, comes here whenever we worship him as Archavatara to accept our worship. The person who feels connected to this idea can never be connected to the idea of listening is God. But I can tell you, how many people are liberated through the Krishna statue? By the bhakti movements, same number of people, Krishnamurti is able to liberate just by the word. Different kind of people, that's it. J. Krishnamurti is also right. The bhakti movements are also right. Each one of them cater to the different mental setup, different kind of persons. Third, very important thing, if you are feeling you are neither body nor mind, means you have reasonless suffering, reasonless joy. You are neither in the business of physical joy, nor bothered much about identity protection. You are searching for something more. Being level personalities means if you had even one glimpse of Kundalini awakening, levitation experience, or one glimpse of spiritual truth, you are a being level person. For you, incarnation, who is vibrating in the same space of samadhi, is God. Then forget about the statues and deities, forget about the scriptures and listening. Incarnation, master, is God. Please understand. Master is Ishvara. Surrendering to the Ishvara leads to samadhi. Now find out which type you are. If you are the type of more than 51% of your waking time you are spending feeling your body, then deity is path for you. Till you evolve from that state. If more than 51% of your time you are spending on the identity struggle, the mental game, then listening, imbibing the great truths, or reading, internalizing is Ishvara for you. Spend all your time maximum in that. Those truths will again and again make you fall in tune with the samadhi state. If you are the being level person, neither you are spending your time in feeling your body, nor you are spending your time feeling your identity or mind. You are just feeling something more. Then Master, who happened in the planet Earth in physical form, is God for you. Just drop everything, be at his feet, he will lead you to samadhi. Now the fourth word, pranidhanat, the word surrender, need to be translated. Again, the surrender word is much misunderstood in the West. Like a becoming slave. I say no. Pranidhanat is not becoming slave. Rising to that frequency is what I wanted to translate. The word pranidhanat. I want to translate that word pranidhanat as falling in tune or feeling connection. Please understand. When you start feeling connection, falling in tune, you attract that vibration to your vibration. I have really seen in my own life, when some devotees bring something with lot of love, it will be very small thing. Somehow even I cannot resist myself. I will just pick it up and put it in my mouth. Small sweet or some piece of cloth. I will just take it and put it on my body. It will be there on my body for continuously many days.
Devoted to anything other than you, the stem cell production happens. I tell you, devotion heals you. Second thing, how the early stem cell production happens. The stem cells which become part of your organs. I saw surrender. Surrender is nothing but the devotion which became part of your biomemory. The stabilized devotion is surrender. Surrender means, see, devotion means where you and the person or the object or the space to which you are devoted, both exist. But in surrender, you say, let you exist, that's enough. Nothing else is required. I am so happy to dissolve in you. Just be lost in the sweetness which happens in my mouth when I remember you. I am ready to lose myself in that sweetness, in that joy, in that taste. Surrender makes early stem cells which becomes part of your organs. I can tell you, it may take only few months, I feel, because the stem cell research, these kind of researches are too high, so they cannot be influenced by Vaishyas and Kshatriyas. Pure Brahmanas are needed, means the pure R&D people who can't compromise, who won't compromise. I tell you, this research will land within few months into the Vedic consciousness, and devotion and surrender, these two will be declared as one of the major pill for stem cell healing. And very soon, every medical shop will start promoting these two concepts. During my wandering, I was resting in the noon time under a tree, putting my head on a small stone which had turmeric, all that little puja was done on that, but I did not expect it is worshipped by somebody as God. I thought maybe in village every stone, every tree is worshipped. In India, that's why when British put the milestones, first it was all painted in yellow. Suddenly they saw in 1 week all milestones have a fully dressed, decked with flowers, and people have started worshipping and everything has become temple. So they have to change the color. Now British had a really tough time stopping the villagers worshipping the milestones, and it is perfectly shaped like a Shivalinga. That is why I just bow down to this civilization. How many thousands of mistakes this civilization may have, how much backward it may be, but just worshipping everything, whether it is a stone or a tree, the ability to worship everything. It's not a joke, understand? The ability to bow down to everything, the ability to surrender to everything, the ability to trust everything. One of the greatest gifts from the Ganges civilization to the whole cosmos is the ability to surrender, the ability to worship, the ability to trust, ability to dissolve. It's the greatest gift from the Ganges civilization. There is a beautiful story, Zen story. There was a great master. His disciple also is an enlightened master, Suzuki. When Suzuki's master passed away, the disciple, his name is Suzuki, he started crying, weeping, rolling on the ground. All the other disciples came and asked, Master, what is this? You are an enlightened being. How can you cry like this? How can you weep? Then Suzuki says, if an enlightened person should not cry, get lost. I am not interested in your enlightenment. I can't be so insensitive to this situation. I am crying because I'll miss his physical presence. He can never leave me, or I can never leave him, because he became me and I became him. That is different. But physically I'll miss him. I'll miss the graceful actions of him and the beautiful conscious leela, conscious play happening around him. I'll miss him. I'll miss it. That is why I am crying. Then another disciple is asking, then what about the teaching which you are giving all these years? Accept what is happening. Accept what is happening. Tatada, tatada, tatada. What has happened to the teaching? Have you taught this to us without you experiencing? Please understand, very beautiful truth. Just understanding can give you a very strong click. The Suzuki's reply. The disciple is asking, then have you taught this tatada, accepting what is without you experiencing? Suzuki beautifully explains, there are two levels of acceptance. One, accepting whatever is outside, the situation. Accepting the situation. Surrendering to this moment. Surrendering to tathata, what is. Surrendering to the now. When surrendering to the now happens, that does not mean you will be insensitive. You will be insensitive. When you surrender to this moment, for example, this moment that when the master is dead, he is no more in the body. It is not that you will be insensitive. It can create a strong emotions in you, accepting that also. Acceptance in the internal level, in the inner level, the second level. See, usually what we do, we try to accept the situation in the outer world. Then immediately we have a scale. If I accept, I should be behaving like this in the inner world. You don't have acceptance in the inner world. You have a scale. If I accept this situation, I should be peaceful, collective, calm, restful. You have a scale about the inner world. You accepted the outer world, means you are very moral, conscience based, but not conscious based. There is a big difference between just accepting the outer world happening and accepting the outer and inner world happenings. Here, Suzuki is throwing a light, new light on tathata, acceptance.
He says, Ishvara Pranidhanani. Let us surrender everything unto the God. It is one spiritual quality. He is not even bothered about God, he is bothered about the surrendering, that quality. He is not talking anywhere else about anything. He says, you can use God as a tool to surrender, that's all. As a tool to surrender. As an object to surrender. That's all. He takes the complete responsibility. So, take the complete responsibility. Even surrendering with responsibility. Understand? Surrendering with responsibility is enlightenment. Responsible surrender is enlightenment. I have seen people surrendering or claiming that they are surrendered. Oh God! Even if you are caught by your enemies, you will not be tortured that much. By the pseudo-surrendering people. By this pseudo-surrendering people. They will claim that they are surrendered, and whatever right happens is their responsibility because of them. Whatever wrong happens, it is because of you. And they will not do anything more than saying word, I have surrendered, I have surrendered, I have surrendered. Many people come and tell me, Swamiji, what should I do further? I tell them, what do you mean? No, whatever you say, I will do. The moment I tell something, no, I have this difficulty, that problem, this problem. Then I tell them, then tell all your conditions first. Then I will tell you the solution. They say, no, whatever you do, I will do. Whatever you say, I will do. The moment I open my mouth, they will have 1001 condition, 1001 priorities, 1000 preferences, 1001 conditions. So, Patanjali says very beautifully, take the responsibility completely on your shoulder. A responsible person, even if he surrenders, it will be so graceful, so beautiful.
Welcome to Inner Awakening, the most powerful personal transformation retreat you could ever experience. In just 21 days, thousands are already experiencing the shortest route to constantly high energy levels, visible anti-aging, healing of chronic diseases, fulfilling relationships, and higher states of consciousness. What is the secret behind this transformation?
Kundalini means the inner potential energy. Once it is awakened, opens the different doors for the conscious experience in you. I can say which is a master key for all extraordinary spiritual experiences.
This extraordinary program is conducted personally by Paramahamsa Nithyananda in the vibrant atmosphere of Nityananda Dhyanapitham Ashram. Open yourself to the benefits of Nitya Yoga and practical meditation. Experience physical and mental healing. Discover simple ways to handle life with success. Above all, enjoy individual darshan and blessings from Paramahamsa Nithyananda every day. Take 21 days for yourself and carry home the transformation of a lifetime.